Check, check. Hey guys, what's up? Culture Detective here, investigating your favorite albums, and today I'm going to be doing a quick review on the new Freddie Gibbs and the Alchemist album, Alfredo 2. So, Freddie Gibbs, Indiana rapper, I think a lot of people who are fans of hip hop already know him. Gibbs. Freddie Gibbs is an ST rapper who is known for having this supreme lush taste in producers and instrumentals. Of course, most notably, he had collaborated with Madlib on Pinata, which is his most critically acclaimed album, but also Bandana, which I also really loved when it came out. And then we have his collaboration with The Alchemist a few years ago. We have Alfredo, which is honestly a fantastic album. And The Alchemist is one of the more interesting producers in the game. First of all, he makes music that is lush, dreamy. Usually he would go for drumless beats, abstract beats. Usually he would mix really relaxing jazzy instrumentals, which results in a very ethereal vibe. And also, by the way, there's this Denzel Curry remix album, and one of the tracks featured The Alchemist, and that track was amazing. So you guys should definitely check that one out as well. That being said, though, The Alchemist has been going under heat a little bit as of late because of his use of AI, his promotion of AI, which I find very stupid because if AI in music becomes proliferated, the first kind of people to go off would be producers because AI can produce beats too. And so, again, I think AI is trash. I think AI is stupid, and I really hope that The Alchemist would give up on this endeavor. But, anyways, Freddie Gibbs and The Alchemist, Alfredo 2. What's interesting is that the cover here doesn't really feature spaghetti Alfredo, it actually features ramen. And if you've seen their music videos, you would know that instead of going for an Italian mafia thing, now they're going for a Japanese Yakuza thing. So that is not really a concept of the album, but merely an aesthetic piece that is a little bit here and there on this album. I'm going to go through the track list quite fast. The opener, 1995, starts off with a classic Check Check from Freddie Gibbs, and then we are hit with beautiful, dreamy, chopped up samples, and Freddie Gibbs' deep, husky, nonchalant delivery, which pairs really well with these dreamy instrumentals. Again, so high, so high value, so luxurious, so fashionable. I think the only other rapper who can have the same cadence over the most luxurious, lush beats is like West Side Gun or something. And then there's a guitar solo in the second half of the track, and Freddie Gibbs still raps over it. Mar-a-Lago has a very atmospheric beat. We have chimes, fluttery woodwinds, and of course a lot of crazy insults from Freddie Gibbs himself. Lemon Pepper Steppers, we continue with the great instrumentals with eerie harps and a simple supporting drum beat. Ensalada. This is one of my faves on the album, and it is a bit of a wordplay because a lot of the verses start off with the line, "It's alada," so ensalada. I love the pensive and tender guitars, and I also think Anderson .Paak and Freddie Gibbs have insane chemistry. They have collabed before on Bandana, and their collab on Bandana, the track Palm Olive, I love that song. That was amazing. So to hear them back together in full force is sort of fantastic. Then Empanadas is a really low-key track. We have a lot of Benny the Butcher diss, which is really sad because both Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher are incredibly talented rappers, and they both work in a similar field of abstract-ish gangster rapping, and it's just really sad to see them have this kind of beef. But the instrumentals are okay. The watery guitars, they're looped a little bit too much, so it kind of feels redundant. Skinny Shug 2, I love the big bassy beats, I love the airy keyboards in the back. And then Feeling, this track is a straight up pop song where Freddie Gibbs sings on it, and truth be told, I think his singing is okay. I think it works. But then we have the feature that is Larry June, and every time he starts rapping, he sounds like he's about to fall asleep at any given moment. I Still Love Her is kind of an homage to the Common track, and Freddie Gibbs raps about woman and the rap game. You know, he raps a lot about woman on this album, and occasionally with a bit of a misogynistic tone. And I guess you could chalk it up as, you know, he's just playing a character. You know, he's just playing into this gangster type persona that his album portrays, which does not excuse some of the stuff, but also he can be pretty introspective and existential, and then sometimes you're just like, damn, it feels like he's going through something. Anyways, Shangri-La, pretty basic R&B chopped samples, nothing too impressive. And then Gas Station Sushi, back to the introspective lyrics. I also love the psychedelic keyboards in the back. They are really going for this 1970s, 1980s thing. Lavish Habits, easily the most iconic line on the album. I'm gonna squeeze DJ Academic's fat titties. And also the Gunna diss right after. Then Gold Feet, which features JID. Holy shit, this is amazing. Why hasn't JID and Freddie Gibbs collabed more? Because on this track, Freddie Gibbs tones himself down while JID explodes, forming a spectacular chemistry. I love the snappy beats as well. And then Jean-Claude, which I thought was okay. The album ends off with 1,000 Mountains, which returns to those Japanese Yakuza philosophy aesthetics that don't really play much lyrically. I guess it plays more in the music videos. Instrumentally, we have airy keys and woodwinds. We have braggadocious bars and the lyrics. Also, Freddie Gibbs comparing himself to Andre 3000. The only other rapper as cold as me is Andre 3000. Maybe I should start playing the flute and go hide in the mountains or something. But yeah, I would say that this album is not as strong as Alfredo. A lot of this album feels like a mood piece. A lot of the beats here are not very distinct from each other, but I still think it's a really well-made rap album and better than most stuff out there right now. So yes, it is a light 8 out of 10 from me. So have you listened to this album? Comments below, let me know. Subscribe if you want more. Thanks for watching.